I'm trying to illustrate what is so important about the way that we train. Techniques are important, yes, but techniques change. It's more about the methodology behind the training. The fact that we test our stuff out in some live situation. It's not going to be realistic in some senses, but the feelings of anxiety, the feelings of stress, your heart racing, your blood pumping, your body having to deal with people grabbing you, that is 100% real, right? Your body doesn't know that it's like, oh, this is a completely safe environment. Because again, when you're rolling and you have someone trying to choke you out, your body doesn't have this like, oh, it's okay, this is a safe environment. It's like there's someone trying to choke me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I mean, if you had a heart rate monitor hooked up, you'd be like, oh my God, my heart rate's like shooting through the roof right now as I'm trying to defend this. And so those are useful things to develop. And so that was my point for making it up. I don't know of any gyms that only train technique. And if they do, that's not going to be advantageous, because again, if you only do technique and you never roll, you never spar, well, then you're no better than the guy that does the traditional martial arts that does katas. You could get just as much effectiveness by going and doing that. Yep. You have to do something to get your body into a stressful state and practice these things, even if it's just like situational stuff, you know, that allows you to do that. You have to do that, because if you don't do that, then, you know, you're just kidding yourself. You know, it's just, that's the way it is. I mean, train wherever you want to. What do you want to get out of this? It comes down to you. Like, what do you want to get out of this martial art? That's what's important for you, right? What do you want to get out of this?
Yep.
And so with that, I mean, that's important. And so, you know, you could also do a mock tournament. You could say, hey, coach, like, I don't want to go to the sport jiu-jitsu competition because I don't train enough sport jiu-jitsu. Or you could start maybe training some. But you could always say, hey, like, let's just get all the guys together, do a little in-house tournament, have people cheering and screaming. Yeah. And man, I mean, that's still not going to be the same level of intensity, but it'll be more intense than just rolling, having people cheering, having a winner and a loser. I mean, I've done mock tournaments like in the gym, and you'll watch guys roll and they completely change. Like some guys, like you see the anxiety kicks up in them and their game just falls apart. You know, like I've literally watched guys like they like lost 2 belt levels, like when they like in like doing in-house type stuff, right? Lost 2 belt levels because all of a sudden they're nervous and they can't deal with the anxiety. And that's a bad thing, because again, if you can't deal with anxiety, you know, what do you think is going to happen if someone gets in your face on the street? Like, you think you're going to be able to hold up to that? Like, you're probably going to be struggling, you know? And so again, it's a worthwhile exercise to do, to find ways to kick up the anxiety, because it's going to make you a stronger person, right? It's a form of stress that your body will adapt to, and in turn make you stronger and more resilient. So this way, if you do find yourself into a tougher situation, that's what you'll do. I mean, it's the same reason why, like, you know, for instance, when you train with like weapons, they may do things to get your heart rate racing before you are asked to shoot. So this way your body, like, you know, because again, if you're nice and relaxed and you put the gun out and aim it and shoot, obviously that's not too hard. But all of a sudden, if you've been running and doing all these different things and you've been grappling, and all of a sudden your arms are tired, and then you've got to shoot, and it's like, whoa, like that's a different animal. You're all shaky and stuff. And so, you know, that's a lot of times with that kind of training, that's why they do that stuff, is to help people become comfortable using those same movements under stress. And so again, it's just finding different ways to do that is useful.